Hello, I'm Linda. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia, and I wanted to show you a few things about how I project life. Just a few tips today, and I might do a different one with some different themes on a different time. I'm actually sitting down to scrapbook some of the photos from my most recent incentive trip with Stampin' Up. This is actually photos taken of the day we were in Cannes in France. So I never know if I'm pronouncing that right, so someone please correct me if I'm not correct. So there's probably another video to be made about how I choose which pages to use. I'm happy to do that another time, but I've actually gone ahead and I've actually put the photos where I want them to be. I've selected which page protectors I wanted to use, and then I just want to show you how I go from there. So the good thing about Project Life, and the thing I love about it, is you don't need very much to start, and it's a relatively inexpensive way to scrapbook, as well as, or memory keep really more appropriately. But it also is very fast, so you can get photos into an album very quickly, and it can be a great way to catch up on your scrapbooking if you've been feeling that you're getting a bit bogged down or behind. So all you need to start is some page protectors. So this is actually a whole bunch of different ones here. They come in packs of 12, so they're easy to get your hands on. You don't really need to have an album to start. Obviously you're going to want to put them in an album eventually, but if you're just wanting to get started, you can even start without an album and keep your page protectors safe until you're ready to go down that path. Then a card kit. They come in little boxes, and there's 6x4 cards, 4x4 cards, and 3x4 cards. Okay, and this particular set that I'm using today, this set is called Hello Lovely. It's in the current Stampin' Up catalogue, the annual catalogue. And I love this one because I find it's really good with all the blues and greens, and then you've got the taupes and blacks, so you've got your neutrals as well to go with that palette, a little bit of apricot-y sort of coral colours as well. So it goes really well for outdoor sunny photos. So here it is in the catalogue, and they've actually shown some really nice examples of things you could do with that. But all you need is a card kit that you like, and there's a few different ones in here. There's a couple more here, and there's also more in the holiday catalogue. I'm using this one though today. So the actual card collection is only $28 for all the cards, and you get 100 cards in the kit, so it'll actually work for you for quite a while. And then you can then buy, if you wish, an accessory pack to go with that to actually decorate your pages a little bit more. Now, while all you need really is 4 components: page protectors, card kit, really only 3, card kit and journaling pens. Okay, the Project Life journaling pens come in a very thin 0.1 or a 0.5, a little thicker, a medium point. My suggestion is that if you might want to look at the accessory packs as well, because not only do they coordinate perfectly with the card collections, but that's, I think, where a lot of fun is to be had with your Project Life, because you can have a lot of fun decorating, and that's what it's for. So I'm just going to start by showing you. I've gone ahead and I've laid the photos down where I want them. I have this one is with landscape photos, so I separate my photos out into landscape and portrait, and I've actually just popped them on top of the thing, and now I'm going to go ahead and pop them in the pockets. Now this particular pocket, or this particular one, is pocket number 6. They're all numbered, so different configurations of pockets, and I'm actually putting them in from the other side. You might see this probably looks a little awkward, but I'm doing it from the back because there's actually another page to do on the back. Okay, I've gone ahead, I've chosen the ones that I think suit this. Because we're in Cannes, I thought C'est la vie was the perfect words to put in this, so that worked out really well. And it is easier if it's actually not already in the album sometimes. Just sliding the photos. So these photos of us wandering around Cannes, some of the demonstrator group around the streets, and that's me just standing in a very attractive alleyway. And I always like to have at least one card or a couple of cards with some space to journal on it, so that one's going to go in down here. And you could choose to put that the other way around if you wanted. It doesn't really matter. You can see I haven't done the reverse of this yet. This one's been just a little tricky to put to slide the pockets in. So once you've chosen your photos, which is probably the hardest bit, it all comes together quite quickly. And you can see, because it was a beautiful sunny day, I focused on the blues and the greens, and it makes it look quite outdoorsy. Now you can see up here, the configuration of this particular pocket page is page 6, and it has 3 landscape pockets, and then 2, 4, 6 pockets that are 3 by 4. Now for this one, I didn't actually want to use 2 more of the cards here. I'm actually wanting to go ahead, and this is a 4 by 6 photo that I actually am going to cut straight down the middle at the 3-inch mark and slide that into the 2 pockets. And you might think that might look a little strange, but I promise you it won't. I find if it's photos of scenery or food or menus or not people, so anything else but people, you can usually cut up those photos quite beautifully, and it actually is, it can have quite an impact. And you can do it not just with the 4 by 6, you could do a 6 by 8 and split it over 3 if you wanted to. So, you know, you really can, if you're really ambitious, you could get it printed out at your local place in a 12 by 12 format and cut the whole thing up. I've seen that done as well. So I'm actually going to cut that one up in a minute. Coming over to this page here, this is a different configuration. All right, this one is this is pocket number 10. So they've all got a number, and each number has a different configuration. This one is for portrait photos rather than landscape, and you can see I've gone ahead on this one, and I'm going to, where is it? It goes from this side. And I'm going to go ahead and put in these little 2 by 2 cards. Now I really like the 2 by 2 cards. Okay. These come in the accessory packs. They're not in your standard card packs. These are in the accessory packs. For anyone who's wondering too, the accessory packs are $28. No, sorry, beg your pardon. $28 for the card kits, $31.50 for the accessory packs. And the reason there's a lot in an accessory pack, including a set of stamps. Okay, now I'm actually not finished doing all these yet. I'm going to be decorating them, but I just want to put them in place so they don't fall out and so that I know what I'm doing. So yeah, they come with a set of stamps. You think, wow, really? Yes, really? And the accessory packs look like this. This is actually obviously not a full pack because I've already been using it for quite a while, but this is what I've got left of my pack. So there's a little set of stamps with the Hello Lovely stamp in it. There's happiness, love, life, and a bunch of little flowers and stems and cute little bits and pieces. There's overlays here which look great chopped up or in your pockets. Little metallic gold stickers, these little guys. There's wooden shapes which you can add to your pieces. There's a couple of cards of that, I believe, because I've already used one on another page. I might show you that in a minute. A few specialty overlay pieces that you could pop into a pocket. If you had a solid colour underneath, that would look really nice, or even a braid colour so it is ombre underneath. And that's really pretty too. This would make a nice stencil, or you could use it as a piece in its own right. Then you've got sticker letters, there's gold and there's black, and you can see that I've already started to do some of my black stickers here. Little tip, if you're wanting to get your stickers really, really right, you might want to use either grid paper or a ruler, but if you're using a card that actually has lines on it, like I have here, that makes it really easy to line up your stickers. So watch out for the lined ones because they're easy to use. And also these little ones that have got like a grid on them, you'll find those in your packs as well. So there's another grid one there. See, so that's really easy to write nice and straight on that. They've got the lines all pre-done for you. And more stickers. These are matte stickers, these ones. Little tip with your stickers, you can put them onto your photos if you want to, or onto your cards, but if you don't want to put them onto your photos, you can actually put them on the outside of the page protectors, and it'll actually look like they're on the photos, but they're not. I might show you that in a moment. And also these little plastic shiny stickers here are really cute as well. So having lots of fun with lots of different things. Oh, and some sequins. There's always lots of things in here, and then of course the 2 by 2 cards. Oh, and some overlays. I've already used some of these. This one here is the little flowery one. So for example, if I wanted to put it here over this bougainvillea, I could have it so that it actually is takes off the edges. That can be really good if there's something right on the edge you want to hide, or if you're really trying to focus on the center of your photo, that can make that look really great. And this is another one here with the little crosses on it. I actually am quite partial to that one on this page because I've already got some crosses elsewhere on the page here, and I was thinking that actually would fit in quite nicely. I might use that. Alright, So, and then I could stick that on there if I wanted to. So sort of playing with it as I go, and I go through all the bits and pieces and start to think, okay, maybe some of these little stems might be really nice, or some of the hearts with the flowers would go really nicely, and you know, I might decide to pop these anywhere on the outside if I prefer it. I could glue dot that onto the outside, or I can put it onto the photo itself. So a couple of little things I like to do with my bits is I'm going to use I prefer to use the fine tip, the 0.1 when I'm actually journaling, and I prefer to use the 0.5 if I'm writing a heading. So I'm just going to leave that off for a moment. And when I go to put my letters on, I work out before I start, so I know where to start, I work out how long my word is. So in the case of the word walking, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters, which means that the fourth letter is right in the middle, so that's the K, and that's where I started. I didn't start with here at the middle, so I would run out of room or not go far enough across. I start with the K and I work out from the middle, and that's a really great way to get your letters centered. And I'm going to put walking the streets of Caen on this particular one. So, and once again, so I would start, now Caen only has 6 letters, so I'm going to have an N on either side of the centre. So I can see where the centre is there. And what's good about the stickers too is you get several of the same letter in the stickers packs, which I find very handy. And there's a couple of different styles of writing as well. So you can see here how I've started with the 2 N's in the middle, and then I'm going to work backwards. So it doesn't take very long to stick them on. You could use tweezers if you wanted to. If you don't quite like where you position them, they are repositionable, which is great. And sometimes, and it doesn't matter if you do, because it's going to be, once you put it down, it's going to be behind plastic anyway. So there's not much chance of it moving once it's in there. Something else I like to do with my cards, haven't done it with these yet, but I think I will, is it's a tip I picked up from Delise Cram, who's a demonstrator for Stampin'Up in New Zealand. She often sponges around the edges of her pieces. I do it sometimes in, you know, maybe a beige or a dark colour like soft suede or an early espresso, but I actually really like it in black. And I might just show you how I would do that. Very simple, just go straight into whatever black ink I'm choosing to use. In this case I'm using Memento, and I'm just going to go and pull one of these out. Actually, I might just do it around the big one right now so I can show you. And just very lightly go all the way around the edge. The other thing to decide is whether you want to round your corners or not. Stampin' Up's cards come square cornered, and the reason they do that is so that you can make the decision on whether you want to round them or not. You can if you like. I actually think it looks really nice with the black around the edges because it really highlights the square straight away. And I'm going to go through and do that with all my pictures, and you'll see the finished picture on my blog. So I'll have that up on the blog. We have a blog share at 5 AM tomorrow morning. I know that's a bit crazy, but I'll be scheduling my post tonight. I'm always doing these things at the last minute, but that's kind of how I work. But I just thought it would be really nice to show you a few tips about how I project life and how it all comes together. I do enjoy it very much. I'm going to go through and do a little bit of stamping probably on these pages, and you'll see it all live on the blog tomorrow. So enjoy. Thanks for staying with me and watching how I project life. Bye.